guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to all those that are just joining for the first time. Thank you guys for joining me for another vlog, and I just pray that you'll bear with me for this one because unfortunately I am still not feeling so great, but I feel better in the fact that I know what's going on now and why I still feel really bad, even after testing negative for COVID. So that's kind of helped, but maybe I'll go into more depth in a later vlog. And also, I just wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I actually had my first short uploaded, well, one of them, and you guys should see it now. Yes, I uploaded my first short. I know I had one, but that was just to say that I wasn't going to have a vlog for that Tuesday that I tested positive for COVID or around that time. But I actually uploaded my first short. So if you haven't already, please do go and check it out. I had a lot of fun recording it and I pray that you guys are blessed by it. And it's something that I'm looking to do more often. So on the weeks when I don't have a vlog like this one, on the Tuesday, I will be posting, hopefully, a short for you guys to watch, just a short encouragement video or something like that. I don't know exactly, but it's something I want to try in this new year. But now all the extra bits out of the way, I pray that you guys will be blessed and encouraged by this vlog that I am going to share with you today. He had his way, and now this is my story. So for this vlog, as it is the start to a new year, well, it's another my second video for the new year. This one is more of one like a testimony kind of thing / bi-weekly update, which those of you that have been watching know that I do occasionally, and well, I started doing them more so in 2021, so last year, and this one is kind of one of those. And basically this one is just that, as I think with a lot of things, when it comes to the new year, I think we start to really reflect on stuff that we did in the past year. And we just try to, I don't know, we try to do it better, or we plan to do it better for the next year. And this year I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Then I got COVID and that kind of threw stuff out of whack. And then it only like got super real for me when I was speaking to my older sister, so Keisha, and we were just talking, and she said to me, so what plans do you have for this year? What do you want to do? And I said to her, you know what, I can't actually answer that, because as I was thinking about it and I was, I don't know, I was speaking to her about it, I actually started to feel really sad because I was like, I don't know what my plans are. When we were talking and I just started to open up to her, I was talking to her and saying, well, I don't know what plans I have for this year, because every time I seem to make a plan, something goes wrong. The first one was in 2019, I think. Yeah, when 2019 October time, when I started the work, the lab technician job, I was like, it wasn't something I was planning to do for the rest of my life, but it was something I was planning to do for at least a year, to get more experience, to also have a bit of money to help my family out, and also to help pay for my car and the bills that went along with it. And then in January, I got really sick. And I ended up having the pains in my legs, not being able to walk, and then that kind of was crushed. And then again, with my job that I told you about, the hair care job, I also had a plan. I was like, okay, I'm going to do the 6 months, because it was a 6 month contract. I was going to do the 6 months, get more experience in the hair care, and hopefully go on to create my own stuff, my own products. And then 2 weeks into it, as you guys have seen in a vlog that I've done, I started getting headaches, and then I had to give that job up. Sorry guys. But yeah, so please bear with me. So I had to give that up, and this year I felt so fed up. I was just like, there is actually no, this is how I felt, and this is how I was expressing it to my sister. There's actually no point in me planning to do something, because it just seems to change, and it always seems to be a health issue. So I said, I don't know what's to come, and then look what happened, guys. I got COVID, and now I have other problems of that were probably on from the onset of the COVID. But yeah, I was just like, there's no point. And I actually started to feel really low, and we were just talking, and I was thinking, and she was talking back to me, and she was like, Chelsea, you know what you need to do? You need to have that honest conversation with God. You need to say, God, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I am just afraid. And I remember I was very tearful at the time. I was actually supposed to be going to bed, but you know, those conversations that you just start having, and it's when God needs to speak to you, because it was really late, quite late at night, and a lot of the time during the day I feel like I'm overly distracted with everything. So God has to get me at certain points of the day. So when I just believe that he was using my sister at that time, because I just felt so teary. My heart felt heavy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm encouraging people, and there's posts that I've written on Instagram about not being afraid, not being fearful, but asking everything, and asking God to help you through these things. And then I'm sitting here and I'm so fearful about it, so fearful to make plans because they may not turn out the way I want them to, or fearful to make plans because I'm scared something's going to happen. And all of this started playing on my mind. And one of the verses that came up when I was thinking was taken from sorry guys sorry about that. It's taken from 1 John 4 verse 18. I'm not sure if I've done this verse before on any of my vlogs. There's always something new to get out of a verse. But it says, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves torment, but he who fears has not been made perfect in love. And I read this verse, I think it was part of a devotional that I was reading at the time. So after having that conversation with Keisha, which was on Sabbath evening, and then Sabbath morning, I was thinking about it, and then I had one of those moments with God. And I think it was Sunday morning, and this verse was one of in my devotional, and I actually felt like, wow, it kind of hurt to read it, because when it was saying there's no fear in love, and you hear that God has not given us a spirit of fear, I'm like, well then clearly am I losing that connection with God? I don't know, am I distancing myself from God? And I started to feel worse, actually. Usually I feel better when I read a verse, but I actually started to feel worse. And you know what, that for me made me want to be even more real with God. And I remember on Sunday morning, I just laid in bed and I cried so much. I wasn't even praying like with words coming out of my mouth. I cried so much, and I was just like, God, I'm afraid to do stuff. I'm afraid to put myself out there. I'm afraid, and I just need your help. And I said, Lord, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to be telling people how great it is and how fearless you can be with God, and then I'm so timid in everything. And I can tell you guys, for this week, because it was, so you guys are going to see this on Tuesday, but it's the week before, but it was the Sunday just gone, when I'm recording this, that I started having this conversation with God. And every single morning I've been having this conversation with God, and I actually I started to just go through it, and I started to pray, I started to read more, and it made me realize that I feel like I'm so fearful, because do I really know God's promises? Do I really believe God's promises? Or do I just do what I need to do because I know it's the right thing to do? And I started to have this like kind of epiphany / revelation about whether I was really focusing on my relationship with God, or it was just, I know that I need to do this, or this is how I should act, or this is what people expect of me. And guys, I can tell you this, I'm a work in progress, because as much as I'm praying about this and I'm asking God to hear my heart more than ever now, which is something that Keisha encouraged me to do as well, it's also, I'm also not perfect at it yet. There's still things that I'm fearful about. I'm still fearful about what I don't know what's going to happen for this year. all I just want to encourage you guys with, and it's something that I'm encouraging myself with as well, is to not forget the promises that God has offered to us, not to forget all that he has already done, and just to trust him at his word, because God honestly cares about your situation. He cares about you. And not only that, but he wants to hear from you. He wants to hear your problems. He wants to hear your worries, your fears. And you know what? I've realized that when I'm fearful, the best person to talk about my fears to is God. Because as I said, I have my family, I have my friends, and I could talk to them about my fears all day long. But most of the time, especially for my fears that seem very irrational, when I think back to them, a lot of the time my family, my friends can't do anything. They can't physically help me in any way to conquer this fear. But then it's God. God is the one that helps me to conquer it. And even something as small as there was a phone call that I had to make, and I didn't want to make it because I was scared for all kinds of reasons. And just being able to do that and have peace when doing it, I was like, thank you, God, because slowly but surely you are answering my prayer. You are answering the prayers of my heart, and you are helping me through. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, yeah, sorry, breathing's a bit hard at the moment. But yeah, sorry, where was I? But you are helping me through, and I can already start to see and feel that peace. I'm not saying that it means that I'm not fearful at all, no, because the fear doesn't just disappear, but I'm actually finding peace, and I'm actually being brave in situations, and I'm happy for that. And I just urge you to do the same thing. Make this be a year just to reflect on yourself, on getting to know yourself. I think it's something that I know I started to do, especially when we had the big lockdowns in 2020, and when COVID first started to become more prevalent, is that I started to learn more about myself, and I felt like my relationship with God was going strong. But the thing is, what we have to realize, it's going to be like this a lot of the time. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but God remains constant through those ups and those downs. So I just want to encourage you guys to have that moment of reflection, that time of reflection, to really think about yourself, your relationship with God, to think about your downfalls and to take them to God, to be open, to be honest with God. Even if you said to God, I couldn't care less about you, I don't want anything to do with you, I'm just annoyed you never helped me with this and that, guess what? God is still going to listen, and he still wants to hear. He still wants to hear it. And the thing is, what I've noticed as well, when you go into prayer with that kind of attitude, that mentality, like, God, I don't want to hear it kind of thing, God changes your heart. As soon as you start praying, as soon as you start releasing that and start being honest with God, and more so it's being honest with yourself, God already knows, but once that honesty starts to come about, you experience so much peace. And I've said that in so many vlogs, but this year and in this moment, I've experienced that even more than ever before. So I just urge you and encourage you, let this be a year of reflection. Let this be a year, as I said in my previous vlog, that you draw closer to God. And that perfect love that casts out all fear will be yours. So I hope you guys were blessed and encouraged by this vlog. And I'm sorry for the breaks and pauses, and I just pray and ask that you guys will continue to pray for me, and that by God's grace, I'll feel a lot better by the time we meet again. But yes, and remember, as I said, guys, at the beginning, please do keep an eye out next Tuesday, by the grace of God, for a YouTube short that I'm planning to do. And yeah, I hope that it will encourage you as much as the vlogs are. But I will see you guys, by the grace of God, in 2 weeks' time. So bye guys, see you then. And now this is my story.